What's up, my fellow gamers? It's your boy, Porter Rock 77, the gamers champ, and I'm back. Want to do a quick chit chat with all of you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the subscribers joining in. I appreciate everything you guys have been doing. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey, and I just love it. I just love when I get the chance to get on the mic and holla at you all. But let's get to it. I don't want to waste too much time. For those that are slowly trickling into the chat, I appreciate this little on the spot video live stream that I'm doing right here, talking to you live. We're doing it live. But just want to recap something that happened. So this past week, the gaming community has been blowing up with debates. Debates is not a new thing. I mean, it used to happen quite often, and then it just suddenly stopped. We just stopped, and everybody started going to their little echo chamber. Everybody started going to their cliques. No one was talking. No one was cross-pollinating. No one was having conversations about our difference of opinions no more. Everybody was going for the echo chamber. Everybody is creating podcasts with like-minded individuals, and all you hear, for the last year and a half, 2 years, have been circle jerks with people just agreeing with everything, and it created this community of just people who are built to agree with each other. And if you don't agree, you were cast out. I mean, we saw the symptoms already. I mean, how many times have we seen people, saying you're no longer part of the community, or you can't come back, or you're kicked out, things like that. And I think it was a symptom of the fact that content creators like myself and many others just pulled away from the debate, pulled away from having conversations with other people that has a different opinion on their gaming platform, And I think that's where everything started really going to shit, because that trickled down to the followers and subscribers. Now, so the subscribers and the followers, they started getting into their cliques, So the cliques were based off the YouTube content creators. So if you were a pro Xbox content creator and you created your podcast in an echo chamber, then the fans follow that same suit. If you're a PlayStation podcast and you built your podcast in an echo chamber where you only had people that agreed with you, then those fan base were the same way. And that trickled, It even trickled within the very communities, because like you couldn't even be partial. You could be like a PlayStation dude, where your preference of PlayStation, but some podcasts wouldn't like include you, or some cliques, groups wouldn't even include you unless you were all in on PlayStation, like all in. Like you couldn't give no props to Xbox, and vice versa. Same thing with some Xbox communities. You couldn't give no props to PlayStation, or you'd be cast out. Which is kind of bugged out, So this week we saw a rise of debates, YouTubers cross-pollinating. And I think the fever began last Saturday, in fact, a week ago, when I debated 108 Dragon, a rising, YouTube channel. He's starting stuff, on the come up. But that debate, it caught a lot of people's attention for whatever reason. And then Kid Smooth invited me for that debate. And I think that was the spark, because Kid Smooth's a very well popular YouTuber and among the Twitter community, and a very popular person among the Xbox community, right? So when I debated him on the Weapon Wheel, on the Weapon Wheels channel, Weapon Wheel, one of the biggest gaming podcasts, that was built from the ground up. That right there blew up. Everybody took notice, and now lots of people are trying to do debates, and I think that's healthy. I think that's what we need to do. Some of you YouTubers, you need to stop being scared. If you're preaching on your podcast that this is the reason why this is better than that, or this sucks, take it to court. It's easy to talk your shit when you got 4 other people agreeing with you, and they, what I'm saying? It's easy to say this is how things are when nobody's there to call you out. It's real easy to talk your shit. It's real easy to build up your brand and build up your channel when no one comes testing you. You know what I'm saying? But then when you put in a debate with an unbiased moderator open to the public. All those comments you say for hours and weeks, yeah, that should get tested in court. Bring your points up to court. You want to say this is better than that? Prove it. Debate it. Don't just be in an echo chamber and everybody, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree. Please. Face somebody with a counterpoint. And if your point is true and valid, it should be handled in the debate. It should, you know what I'm saying? It should last in the debate. But a lot of people are scared to do that. But I think little by little, everybody's on the come up. You're going to have your winners, you're going to have your losers, but have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think the community needs to go back to debates. We can't be scared no more. You know? And plus the fans, the people who follow us, they want this. You know? They want to hear it. Is everything all right? Okay, yeah. All right, I thought it was disconnected or something. This is the opportunity to get people who represent, you know, or who have preference with a platform. They have an opinion about a platform. They feel a certain narrative is true about a platform. So have the conversation with people who are against your view and see who comes out on top. See if your point holds up in court. Because sometimes with debates, we get to learn the other side of the point that you may not necessarily be able to see for yourself. You know, when you sit down and have a conversation, a debate with somebody who's knowledgeable, and you hear what they're saying, you might be like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that. Or maybe you could say to yourself, damn, I guess my point really didn't hold up. But the main important part about all this is that we finally get communities talking again. Because at the end of the day, it's just consoles. There's no reason human beings shouldn't have conversations with each other simply because we don't have the same preference over a video game console. There's no reason why communities can't grow. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's the followers and subscribers and the fans that benefit from all of this. They get to see their favorite YouTubers, their favorite content creator, defend or bring out the points live to somebody else. They love that. You know what I'm saying? Or you guys love that stuff. Y'all don't know what's going on with the chat. Says unable to connect the chat. Please try again later. I don't know what's going on. But maybe I just have to reload my screen. Oh, snap internal server. Oh, is YouTube messing up? I hope YouTube's not messing up. I think it's YouTube messing up. I can't see any of you. I can't see the chat. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking and stuff. But anyway, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed some of the debates that happened this week. I mean, we had, obviously, there was me last week on Saturday on Zaire's channel versus 108 Dragons. I was also on a debate with Kid Smooth on Weapon Wheel's YouTube channel, so check that out. And I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, Fame Entertainment 2K hosted Dealer Gaming and Oh It's Alex for that debate. That was an interesting debate. Check that out. And then yesterday, Next Gen hosted a debate between Post Up and Alex. Not the same Alex on Wednesday, but different Alex, you know? So check those out. And hopefully we get more. Hopefully everybody's interested. Hopefully Weapon Wheel starts looking into this. Hopefully Fame continues to look into this. Hopefully Dealer doesn't stop doing this. You know? Hopefully everybody rides this train and build it and build a community of debaters. You know, if you're trying to make a point, don't just say it on your own podcast with the rest of the people who just going to sit there and agree with you. Get out there, prove your point, take it to court. You know what I'm saying? The community needs this, you know. But it is what it is, though. You know, some people are just going to be too scared. Some people have no interest. You know, some people just want to stay in their echo chamber, and if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. It's a free country, right? Right. Next thing I want to talk about is Destiny 2 news. So, apparently, Bungie came out and said that the future DLCs are just as important as the main game. And there's mixed reactions to this news, and it's still pretty new, so some people still haven't heard it. But let me just say this: some people will have an issue because by hearing that, some people may assume that they're not getting a complete game. Some people may hear that they're buying a half-ass game. I personally don't take it that way. Me personally, okay? Me personally, when I hear them saying that the DLC is just as important as the main game, I hear that all future content that's going to be released, you know, the story, the strikes, and the raids are going to be as well developed, fleshed out, and enjoyable as the main game that they released. And now, if you're a Destiny player, you would understand what I'm talking about. If you weren't into Destiny 1, you're probably not going to understand. But when we were playing Destiny, all the people who played Destiny, those DLCs, those packs, those expansion packs, like the House of Wolves, you know, Freak, I forgot the names, you know, whatever, you know, the Taken King and all that. We wanted all those DLCs, those expansions, to be just as big and just as important and just as good as the original Destiny game that you buy. Because that's what makes it fun. We want fully fleshed out strikes. We want fully fleshed out raids. We want a great assortment of weapons and armor. You know? We want a great fully fleshed out Nightfalls and competitive multiplayer. So that way, every time you buy the DLC, it feels like you're buying a new, you know, an actual full game, and not just, you know, a couple of boards and then a short raid or anything. We want it big. We want it fully fleshed out. We want to invest lots of time into it. So I think that's good news for Destiny gamers. It is not half-assed. It's just an effort to release content that will keep you busy and will enjoy. But if you didn't play the first Destiny, you won't understand what I'm talking about. You have to be a Destiny 1 player. Because as a Destiny player, you will play the game, you will do the strikes, and you do the raids, but then after a point, when you max out your light level, there's nothing else to do. So you're looking forward to the next DLC. You're looking forward to the next expansion pack. And you don't want it to be short and half-assed, you know? You want it to be fully fleshed out, almost like if you're buying a whole new, you know, a complete new game. I want that. I want the new strikes to feel like a whole bunch of strikes. I want the raid to feel fully fleshed out. I want the weapons, you know, in the single-player part story, you know, even though the story is still online. But, you know, I want everything to be fully fleshed out with every DLC. I don't want to feel like it's just a short content that you just knock out in 10 hours. You know, I want to put invested time into it. So I'm not taking it as half-assed. Hopefully it's a sign that Bungie is putting effort in every DLC. And all the Destiny gamers will buy it. It's just a fact. All right. The ones who are having a problem with this are the ones who didn't really rock out with Destiny 1. Well, this game's not for you. You know, believe me, there's a huge fan base of Destiny fans waiting for this. So we understand because we went through it. We've been playing the games for like 2 years or so. So we know exactly what we want. We want fully fleshed out expansions. So when we hear that the expansion, the DLC is just as important, that is fantastic. That is exactly what I want to hear. I don't want half-assed DLC. I want that shit to be a priority, just like the main game was. So, you know, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm happy hearing that, and I hope they follow through. Because right now it's just words. We'll find out in the future when the first DLC comes out. We'll see if they truly were serious about the DLC. And then finally, Hellblade. What more can I say? Comes out on the 8th. 3 more days. You know, I already got it pre-ordered. I see the countdown. $30. It looks fantastic. I've been watching the gameplay, and I've been hearing more how the character's just going psychotic, and how Ninja Theory hired psychiatrists so that way, like the acting portion, how the character shows it to the gamers, how we can relate, or not relate, but how we'll be able to feel her madness, her death going into madness. So they hire psychiatrists so that way they could develop the game and develop the story to portray her going mad, to portray her going crazy, So that's amazing. That's a great effort. I mean, these guys put in what you would consider just straight up AAA effort, and for $30. This is fantastic. I hope this game's a success. It's coming out on PC too. If you got the platform, and if you're into hack and slash and stuff like that, cop it. Check out the videos. They have a 10-minute gameplay video. It looks pretty cool. There's articles talking about, her deaths into psychosis. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I think, I hope this game is very successful, because to me, this game, and not just the game itself, but what the developer did to make this game is what could save, now I want to say save the industry, is what could make the industry better in providing more content. Because if Ninja Theory is successful with this task, I think more developers will follow suit in being able to provide, big quality games at AAA quality, but at a budget price of $30, and that's more content for us gamers, So I'm down. I already put in my bid, and that's it, But as for that, that's all I want to chit chat about. Just to let you know, I'm still down for debates. I will always be down for the debates, mainly because it's an opportunity to talk to other gamers. That's my main thing. I have no problems talking to other gamers, regardless of platform, And the only restriction I have into debates, it just has to be a topic that I'm familiar with, because I'm not going to debate, a PC video card versus another PC video card. I really have no knowledge in that, so I admit to what I have knowledge in. I'll admit my faults. I'll tell you exactly what I can and cannot debate. I have no issues with, with telling people. I don't make stuff up, But if it's a topic I know and that I truly believe in and that I truly talk about, I'm down. I'm down with it. I'll debate with anybody, We'll set that up and we'll have a good time. And more importantly, you, the users, the subscribers, the followers, you get to enjoy conversations between content creators. And that's what it's all about. It's all about content creators getting together. But anyway, this is your boy Porter Rock 77. Check me out again every Wednesday. Check out me in the panel every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We might shift it to 7:30 p.m., but we'll see. But anyway, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. usually is what's scheduled for 60 Frames No Lag podcast. And we did something different last week. Last week we did our first podcast that was based off Twitter's questions that was asked, and we answered them live in the air. And the response was phenomenal. All of you found that positive and loved it. I got lots of messages saying, thank you for reading their questions, and I think it was a great way to interact with you guys. So I'm gonna start implementing that for the first Wednesday of every month. So the first Wednesday of every month will be dedicated to the Twitter, to the followers, to the subscribers. You guys post your questions and we will answer them live on the air with the panel. I will remind you guys, like that Monday, the Monday prior, to the Wednesday, I'll send out, a tweet and I'll pin it and I'll say, hey, post your questions and we'll read them live out on air. I'll even repeat your name, your Twitter name, to let people know who asked it. And I think it worked out great. And I think you guys enjoyed it. And we're going to continue with that, So at least once a month, the first Wednesday of the month, 60 Frames No Lag podcast will be dedicated to you, to all of you who are on Twitter, to the questions that you want to ask. And I'll put that reminder on Monday so that way we can have like 2 days worth. So that way there's more time to get what you guys want to say. So look out for that too. Remember that the first Wednesday of every month. But anyway, I'm out. I'm about to play some games and enjoy my time off. It's a nice, easy-going Saturday. Nothing much to do but to play some games, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. But anyway, thanks for rocking out with me. This is your boy Porter Rock 77, and I'll check you guys out, soon. All right. Oh, and tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, catch me on Blue Rendezvous's Speak podcast. I'll post the link. She already posted it, and I'll keep posting it. But I'll be on a podcast, a little bit of gaming, but I think for the most part, it's more on the personal side. So you'll get to know a little bit personal about me. So, so if you want to know more about Porter Rock, the person, not just the gamer and the PlayStation fan, check out that podcast. We'll talk some lighthearted topics, and we're gonna talk some serious topics. So it's gonna be some real shit. So it's kind of like one of those VH1s behind the music. So think of it as, Speak Podcast, behind the gaming. It's going to be some real shit, some adult conversation. And I think it's great. I caught a couple of her podcasts with other people, and it just brings a perspective on some of the people that's out there on YouTube talk about gaming all the time. It was phenomenal. And I have to say, I'm honored that I was invited, and it's going to be a great time. So check that out tomorrow. I'll make sure I'll post the link up, especially tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a great podcast. And again, if you're interested on hearing some personal stuff about me, then you definitely want to check out that podcast tomorrow. All right. But anyway, it's your boy Porter Rock 77. I'm out. The gamer's champ. I still hold the title. Remember that. Anyway, take care, people. Happy gaming.